1. Which of the following is the primary purpose of erosion prevention measures in construction sites? A. To reduce construction costs. B. To maintain project schedules. C. To prevent soil displacement by water or wind. To increase vegetation growth. 2. Sediment control measures are designed primarily to A. Prevent soil from being eroded. B. Capture and settle soil particles after erosion occurs. C. Increase infiltration rates of stormwater. D. Stabilize steep slopes. 3. A silt fence functions by A. Filtering water through fabric while trapping sediment. B. Redirecting stormwater flow into storm drains. C. Providing structural stability to excavations. D. Preventing wind erosion of topsoil. 4. Which of the following BMPs, best management practices, is most effective for controlling erosion on disturbed slopes? A. Riprap. B. Temporary seeding. C. Check dams. D. Silt fences. 5. Stabilized construction entrances are used to A. Provide a safe entry for vehicles during rainy conditions. B. Prevent sediment from being tracked onto public roads. C. Reduce compaction of soil on site. D. Direct traffic away from sensitive areas. 6. The National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System, NPDES permit regulates A. Air emissions from industrial sites. B. Discharge of stormwater from construction activities. C. Soil compaction during site grading. D. Noise pollution at construction sites. 7. Which of the following is the best indicator of potential sediment transport on a site? A. Soil pH. B. Slope length and steepness. C. Temperature. D. Vegetation type. 8. Hydroseeding is commonly used for A. Stabilizing disturbed soils with a temporary vegetation cover. B. Preventing wind erosion on paved surfaces. C. Diverting runoff from construction entrances. D. Increasing groundwater infiltration. 9. Which of the following materials is typically used in erosion control blankets? A. Concrete. B. Straw or coconut fiber. C. Steel mesh. D. Plastic sheeting. 10. Inlet protection devices are designed to A. Strengthen stormwater piping systems. B. Prevent sediment from entering storm drains. C. Filter pollutants from groundwater. D. Increase stormwater infiltration. 11. What is the most critical factor when designing sediment basins? A. Water temperature. B. Basin volume and detention time. C. Soil pH. D. Type of vegetation nearby. 12. A check dam is typically used in A. Permanent channels only. B. Temporary swales and ditches. C. Stabilized construction entrances. D. Detention basins. 13. Which soil type has the highest potential for erosion? A. Sandy soils. B. Clay soils. C. Loamy soils. D. Gravelly soils. 14. Which inspection frequency is commonly required for erosion and sediment control BMPs under NPDES permits? A. Monthly. B. Weekly and after rainfall events. C. Once every 3 months. D. Only at project completion. 15. Which BMP is specifically intended to reduce sediment tracked by vehicles? A. Mulching. B. Rock construction exit. C. Check dam. D. Riprap apron. 16. The effectiveness of a silt fence depends primarily on A. The color of the fabric. B. Proper installation and maintenance. C. The length of the fence line. D. The type of soil being filtered. 17. A stabilized slope using geotextile matting provides A. Increased water infiltration only. B. Protection from erosion until vegetation is established. C. Sediment filtration without vegetation. D. Long-term soil compaction. 18. Which of the following is a post-construction stormwater BMP? A. Sediment basin. B. Retention pond. C. Construction exit. D. Straw wattles. 19. What is the primary purpose of a diversion ditch? A. To store water permanently. B. To direct runoff away from disturbed areas. C. To filter sediment from stormwater. D. To stabilize steep slopes with vegetation. 20. Vegetative stabilization is most effective when A. Implemented after major storms. B. Installed immediately after final grading. C. Delayed until project completion. D. Used only on flat areas. 21. Which of the following best describes turbidity? A. The color of stormwater runoff. B. The concentration of dissolved oxygen in water. C. The measure of suspended particles in water. D. The flow velocity in channels. 22. Which BMP is most effective for preventing erosion on large, flat, disturbed areas? A. Temporary seeding. B. Check dams. C. Riprap channels. D. Concrete lining. 23. What is the function of a sediment trap? A. To stabilize slopes with vegetation. B. To capture sediment-laden runoff before leaving a site. C. To control dust on construction roads. E. To prevent erosion from wind. 24. Which of the following factors most influences sheet erosion? A. Soil acidity. B. Rainfall intensity and duration. C. Soil compaction level. D. Wind direction. 25. Which regulatory document typically requires erosion and sediment control measures on construction sites? A. Clean Water Act. E. National Environmental Policy Act. C. Resource Conservation and Recovery Act. D. Endangered Species Act. 26. What is the primary difference between erosion control and sediment control? A. Erosion control prevents soil movement. Sediment control captures soil after movement. E. Erosion control uses vegetation. Sediment control uses barriers. C. Erosion control is temporary. Sediment control is permanent. D. Erosion control applies only to slopes. Sediment control applies only to channels. 27. Which practice minimizes soil compaction on a construction site? A. Limiting vehicle traffic to designated areas. B. Installing riprap aprons. C. Using silt fences. D. Applying mulch. 28. When inspecting BMPs, which of the following is most critical to check? A. Soil pH levels. B. Integrity and maintenance of installed controls. C. The number of workers on site. D. Noise levels from equipment. 29. Stormwater pollution prevention plans, SWPPP, are required to A. Identify erosion and sediment control BMPs. B. Schedule construction equipment use. C. Designate vehicle parking areas. D. Monitor air quality on site. 30. Which BMP is designed to reduce runoff velocity in drainage channels? A. Check dams. B. Silt fences. C. Mulching. D. Rock construction exit. 31. Which of the following situations requires immediate corrective action during an inspection? A. Minor soil staining near equipment. E. Silt fence fallen over with sediment bypassing. C. Vegetation not yet fully grown. A. Tire tracks visible on site. 32. Which of the following is an example of perimeter control? A. Mulching. B. Silt fence. C. Hydroseeding. A. Geotextile matting. 33. Which practice is most effective in controlling wind erosion? A. Watering exposed soils. B. Installing riprap aprons. C. Creating diversion ditches. D. Using check dams. 34. Sediment basins should be cleaned when A. The water appears muddy. B. Sediment accumulates to 50% of design capacity. C. After every rainfall event. D. The project is near completion. 35. Which type of erosion occurs when concentrated flow cuts into soil and forms channels? A. Rill erosion. B. Sheet erosion. C. Wind erosion. D. Gully erosion. 36. Which factor is most important for long-term erosion control? A. Structural BMPs. B. Establishing permanent vegetation cover. C. Frequent inspections. D. Larger sediment basins. 37. A rock outlet protection is installed to A. Reduce flow velocity at pipe or channel outlets. Filter sediment from runoff at construction exits. C. Divert runoff around disturbed areas. D. Stabilize slope stowing grading.